We've got people on skates, and they're playing hockey.
Dun, dun.
He is from Michigan, now going to Ontario.
Youngblood.
Welcome back to the Dean and Dave Do Movies podcast. We got another Just a Tip for you. This one is in honor of the NHL season.
Even Arizona,
Yeah.
my team,
Yeah.
is doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Not pretty good at all, actually, but just not the worst.
No. But apparently they have a very electric, that's what I think the players were saying, a very electric stadium, Mullet Arena.
Well, when you don't have the size and capacity, when you don't have proper locker rooms, you got to have something.
Right.
So you might as well make it the atmosphere electrifying,
5,000 people.
which is a great way to talk of another electrifying movie in case you didn't get it from our beginning ramble, Youngblood.
1986's Youngblood. Rated R, an hour and 50 minutes. Directed by Peter Markle. Don't know him.
Don't know.
But
Don't care.
I think he's directed a gem here. We got Rob Lowe as Dean Youngblood. Patrick Swayze also is in this movie as Derek Sutton, the veteran. I guess he's kind of more experienced. He's not really a veteran, but Cynthia Gibb plays the love interest in this. She's kind of 1980s Emma Watson. That's kind of what I equated her to.
Yeah, she's got that stunning cuteness.
Yeah.
Drop.
Wholesome,
There you go. Wholesome
smart.
with a little something
Smart.
behind. Who else we got in it?
Ed Lauder is Coach Chadwick.
Don't call him either. Sadly, for Cynthia and for Ed, they were in this movie with big stars, including Keanu Reeves,
Yep.
who plays a French-Canadian goaltender.
Heaver.
Great accent he had.
Oh.
So I believe we looked this up. I believe we did look it up, but from my recollection, just looking at you in the eyes, we had Keanu Reeves, Patrick Swayze, and Rob Lowe. This was really their first move. This was before they actually made it big.
Yeah.
This was their stepping stone, all of them together, and a memorable hockey movie.
Yeah, one I didn't even know about until about a year ago, and I'm like, how did I not know about this movie? It's a great movie. Budget of $8 million. It made $15.5 million roughly, so it almost doubled its what it made. So not too bad, not the greatest, but
Good in the 80s.
yeah, for sure. Basically, the movie is a coming-of-age story of a skilled young American teen who moves to Canada to fulfill his dream of leaving the family farm and being drafted into the NHL. Along the way, he makes friends, enemies, and falls for the coach's daughter. Will he be reduced to a life on the farm, or will he drop his gloves and go for the glory and get the girl?
No way. Sounds like an 80s movie to me.
Yeah, very much.
And watching it, it is exactly what it sounds like. An 80s movie. It's got montages. It's got acting, which is questionable but entertaining.
Long hair, mullets.
Long hair and the mullets. Lots of drinking. It's got bum-bums in it. Rob Lowe and Cynthia Gibb.
Yeah, a lot of nudity in this one. I'd forgotten.
And now, Dave, the real question is, what'd you like about it?
I was thinking about this. I think if you asked a lot of people, especially that maybe were born in the 80s or the early 90s, what their favorite hockey movie would be, and I think a lot of them would say the Mighty Ducks.
Slapshot.
I think maybe earlier than that they would say Slapshot, maybe. But I think for me, I think this is my favorite hockey movie. It's just kind of got it all. Like it's a simple story of a kid who's just trying to live his dream and get away from, menial, uninspired family life, I guess, and
Farm life specifically.
Farm life and achieve his dream. And you got the good cast here of young studs who came up into the world and and became huge actors. And yeah, you got the girl that you're trying to win over. You got the fight scenes. You got the hockey scenes. I don't know. I just had a lot of fun with this movie. And yeah, I think, the one thing maybe with being an adult and Mighty Ducks is like it is a kid's movie, whereas this one, is a bit more mature, and I had a good time. So yeah.
I knew right away as soon as I saw a punching bag in a barn. You knew the montage was coming. It was perfect. It had that 80s, that synthesizer, and it had him running around with his brother who lost an eye, fun fact.
Right.
Which, oddly enough, you couldn't tell what one was the fake one. At first, I knew there's a blue and a black one. You'd think the real color eye would be the one, but because of the graininess of the film, I couldn't tell what his fake eye was.
At first, I just thought he has compound eyes. Like, cats have those, so maybe that's just it. But...
Well, he would just turn his head certain ways. I was like, oh, that's the fake one. And then I was like, maybe not. Maybe he didn't have any eyes, is the fun twist that we never knew about. Regardless, though, punching bag. He's punching a bag in a barn. Later on, it evolves to him fighting his dad. It was skates. In the local rink, they somehow transitioned from the farm to just being in an ice rink. And then, like all good montages, it ends with his dad saying, grab my shirt, take it off, because he had to rip off the jersey to punch him in the head. Yeah. And that's what you want in a montage.
Yeah, no.
Taking your dad's shirt off. Now, what didn't you like about the film?
I don't know, man. I think this movie has a soft spot in my heart, and I think I don't know. It is what it is. Like, I feel like it's like a very simple 80s story done in very much an 80s style, and I think it's just good, lighthearted fun.
Yeah, I think overall, decent movie. I fucking hate coming of age films, so not my thing. But this movie, they did a good job of it. Of course, it has its love interest moments. Then it has its, I don't like my parents. I like the authority. Parents is the parent. Then fighting with the brother. But overall, it was a good movie. Good friend connections. One thing I found, what I didn't like about it, was they would do story building between him and his girlfriend. So like Swayze. Then you had Cynthia Gibb. And then you had... Keanu wasn't too much in it, but you had the other teammates, and they did a good job initially setting up who's who likes who doesn't like who, and then as they would form these relationships, it'd be like long, pointless, kind of like me right now, long, pointless, drawing-ons, where you say you could have summed it up in a minute, but it went on for 5.
Fair enough.
Another thing about it, they used a couple slurs in it that are definitely not appropriate now. If it was made now, it would have got canceled, so that's just a heads up as well. It was cheesy. It had its too cheesy, but then also it's fun cheesy. So it was a great way to balance it out. Overall, if you want to enjoy the hockey season, you want to have a couple drinks, and you want to put on something in the background while you're making your nachos and brewing your beer, whatever you're doing before the hockey season, put this on, do your things. You can have fun. You don't need to pay attention the whole way through.
Yeah, no, totally. I think that's just like it's like a, I don't know, kind of like how Top Gun was such a big thing this year. If you want the Top Gun of hockey, I think this is the way to go.
Jesus Christ. Really?
Yeah.
Well, this is where it come down to the scores, because I don't agree with you. Let's hear your score on it then. If it's the Top Gun, what's your Youngblood Top Gun rating?
I'm going to give the movie a 7.5.
A 7.5? That's good.
Yeah.
Again, normally I'm very light, very easygoing on the rating, but for this one, I'm going to take more of a stance. I'm going to give it a 6.
Okay. Not your favorite hockey movie?
Oh, definitely not. No,
what's your favorite hockey movie?
Slapshot.
Slapshot. Okay, so it is. Okay.
I would say Slapshot, yeah. But what it comes down to, 13.5 out of 20. That's a good looking bush. That's a tush bush. That's a bush you want on the tush because you don't want to pay too much attention to it. It doesn't need to be the draw, but it's got to be maintained. It's got to be good enough to get through. But you still want something out of it. So it's that good tush bush 13.5 for you.
There you go.
Youngblood. Watch it today or tomorrow, or if you feel like it. Well, that was just the tip for the NHL season. If this doesn't get you prepared for hockey action, I don't know what will. Maybe another hockey movie. There's Goon, Slapshot.
Goon, yeah.
Forgot about that till now. Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks.
Which they just actually, Anaheim and Disney.
TV show.
Yeah, and they're actually re-releasing the original Mighty Duck jerseys.
Oh, there you go.
It's Adidas and Disney. They're the ones collabing to bring back the old jersey. I just saw something today. Don't quote me on it. I saw it, but I don't have enough information to solidify.
There you go. Go watch it.
Just the tip. Craving a movie podcast with wicked wit and sizzling style?
Look no further. Dean and Dave Do Movies is your ticket to nonstop cinematic fun.
Don't miss a beat. Rate us 5 stars, subscribe to us wherever you listen to podcasts.
And share our show with fellow film fanatics.